Charlie. We're ready to rock.
Morning, morning, sunshine. All right, so I was with a friend the other day. We were having just coffee, nothing serious, and she casually mentions she has a savings account her husband doesn't know exists. It's not a huge one, a few $1,000s. But she said it in the way that you'd mention you also keep a spare umbrella in your car, like totally normal.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, no big deal. But gotta keep in mind, I haven't been married for quite a while, so I kind of forgot how this goes. And so I just started thinking, since when did that become the tone people use for hiding money from the person they sleep next to every night? I mean, she's not a criminal. She's not planning an escape to Portugal. She just said, everyone does this, and shrugged. And honestly, it's the shrug part that I can't stop thinking about.
I like you. Do you like me?
Because she's right. Apparently, a lot of people do this. And almost nobody talks about it like it's the thing it actually is. So let's get into it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Okay, so here's a stat. 43% of adults say keeping financial secrets is at least as bad as physical cheating. Not kind of comparable, as bad. Same category as sneaking around with someone else's spouse.
What?
Except this version doesn't need a hotel room. Just to log in, your partner has never, absolutely never, seen. And apparently it's not rare. 4 in 10 people in committed relationships have done it. 31% have kept a secret in the past. 21% are keeping one right now, live as you're listening to this. So if you're feeling smug thinking, hey, that's not us, well, odds are very decent that one of you is the 21% and just has not been caught.
This is the most unusual practice. Rethink what you think you know with Charlie.
Here's the part that's funny in a bleak, very bleak way. Money is supposed to be the boring, practical, spreadsheet part of love. Sex is supposed to be the messy, high-stakes part of love. And yet almost half of people in committed relationships don't even know the full picture of their partner's finances. You know their coffee order. You know which side of the bed they sleep on. You do not know if there's a credit card out there with your name nowhere near it.
What the hell are you talking about?
This is not a situation of people quietly stashing $20 in a sock drawer. Let's get specific because the specifics are where it gets good and slightly unhinged. So I've created a countdown. Ready? We're going to start with number 5. Adult content purchases. 13% of people hiding these from a partner, which, fine, respectfully, no comment. Number 4. 1 in 5 people admit they bought something because of a TikTok or Instagram ad and then lied about it afterward. Not, I got talked into it. Lied about it. On purpose. After the fact. Influencers are apparently causing more domestic dishonesty than actual hardship, which should be studied by someone smarter than myself. Number 3. Secret savings accounts. 15%. This is the one that sounds responsible and is not. That's not a debt spiral. That's someone quietly building an exit fund and calling it prudent, which is either terrifying or the smartest thing anyone's ever done, depending entirely on how the marriage is going. Number 2. Secret credit cards. Yep, 17% of them. A literal piece of plastic exists in your house right now that one partner has never seen. And drum roll. Number 1, the gateway drug of financial infidelity. 33% of people admit they've spent more money than their partner would ever be okay with. That's the we're just friends kind of money. It always starts small and reasonable.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for you and me.
Here's your gut punch hiding inside the countdown. The number one reason people give for hiding money isn't actually cruelty. It isn't a scheme. It's this, almost word for word from the research. The issue never came up, or they never felt the need to share it. In other words, nobody planned the secret. They just never corrected the record. And one day the silence had been going on for so long, it just became a lie with their name on it. Nothing important.
Oh, that's really naughty.
Now, you'd assume older couples married 30 years, one joint account, are the honest ones, and younger couples with their 15 different Venmo balances are the shady ones. And the data flips that completely, and it's the best part of this entire episode. Gen Z, listen to what I'm saying right now. Focus with me right now. Gen Z is the generation most likely to say financial infidelity is as bad as physical cheating. 63% of them agree, compared to just 36% of boomers. And yet, Gen Z is also the generation most likely to actually be doing it, with 88% of Gen Z couples keeping at least some money completely separate, most with no joint account at all.
Huh?
I need you to let that sink in because it's the whole episode in one sentence. The generation most convinced money secrets are a serious betrayal is also the generation that built a financial architecture practically designed to hide them in. Separate accounts, individual cards, personal Venmo, and they call it independence, not concealment. Meanwhile, boomers shrug at the morality of it while having almost no actual opportunity to hide anything because everything of theirs has been joint since 1994. One generation built the locked doors first and is now shocked that there might be something behind them.
Unusual practice. We read the studies you pretend to quote. We question everything, especially the experts. It's the show that does the research so you don't have to, and saves you from another TED Talk while we're at it. Unusual practice, where thinking's still a thing.
All right, so here's the mechanism, which kind of explains why my friend was sitting there going, everyone does this without flinching. See, sexual infidelity has a script. Everyone knows the beats. The discovery, the confrontation, the crying in a parked car, the friend group picking sides within 24 hours. But financial infidelity doesn't have a script because it doesn't announce itself. Nobody finds a bank statement and spirals the way they would a text message. A hidden $5,000 in debt looks on the surface like just crap luck, but not actual betrayal. It can take years before someone connects the dots that this wasn't an accident. It was a decision made repeatedly in silence, specifically so they wouldn't find out. That slowness makes it worse in practice, not better. A physical affair usually has an endpoint once it's discovered. A financial one keeps compounding, literally with actual interest while nobody's even identified it as a wound yet. You cannot grieve a betrayal you haven't recognized as one. Over half of people who have uncovered a partner's financial secret describe it as causing only temporary tension. Just 4% ended the relationship over it. Now compare that to how physical infidelity gets treated and ask yourself if that gap actually makes sense. Or if everyone's just quietly agreed to let this one slide because acknowledging it fully would mean admitting how much of their own relationship runs on things left unsaid. Forget, do you and your partner share everything? That question is actually too easy and everyone lies to themselves answering it. You're not going to get me fooled. I want you to try the real one. Have you ever spent money and quietly decided not to mention it? Not because it was a secret, just because you did not want that damn conversation. You see, that bar is much lower than a hidden bank account, and a lot more people clear it than they want to admit out loud, including possibly you right now, mid-episode. Now, here's a sharper version. If your partner opened every account, every app, every statement this second with zero warning, would there be a single thing on there you'd have to explain fast? Not confess. Listen to me. Explain. Because I want you to sit with the difference between those two words, because that gap is exactly where most financial infidelity actually lives in. It's in the space between a full lie and a thing you just never got around to saying. And the one that actually stings, are you keeping something quiet because you don't trust your partner's reaction, or because you don't trust your own choices enough to defend them out loud? The research says that the top reason people hide money isn't cruelty, it is avoidance. Which means the real affair usually isn't with the money at all. It's with silence. And silence doesn't need a routing number to do damage. Okay, not convinced yet? Here's the one piece of research that changes how you should hear everything I just told you. Kansas State University tracked more than 4,500 couples and asked what actually predicts divorce. Not income, nor debt, nor net worth. They controlled for all of it.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
The single strongest predictor, stronger than fights about kids, sex, or in-laws, was arguing about money. For men in the study, it was the only kind of argument that predicted divorce at all. Now, here's the part that should really land. The same researchers found couples take longer to recover from a money fight than any other kind of fight, and the language gets harsher every round. So, this was never a story about a few $1,000s in a secret account. It's a story about which wound in a relationship is the slowest to heal, and it's the one everyone treats as a footnote. That's the part my friend and her quiet savings account don't know yet. She's not gambling with a few $1,000s. If it ever comes out and turns into a fight, the data says that specific fight will outlast almost any other kind they could possibly have. And it will be the one that actually decides whether the marriage survives, not because of the number, but because money fights are simply harder to put down once they're picked up.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
So, here's the possibility we're taking with you, and it costs nothing. The same body of research that found the risk also points to the fix, and it's almost insultingly simple. Couples who agree in advance on an amount they can each spend without checking in first, and who revisit that number out loud at least once a year, sidestep most of this entirely. Not full transparency, guys. Not merging every account. One conversation named in advance instead of a silence that quietly compounds. That is the difference between a secret and a boundary. One of the men's marriages, the other one, well, the other one's just Tuesday. So if you've got your own quiet account, your own number that you've never said out loud, take this as a sign. The danger was never the amount. It was always the silence around it. And silence is the only part of this you can actually get to choose to end. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and I'll see you next week.
Mom, somebody just followed me.